Hi, very recently I had made a video in Tamil. Can I earn more money through bodybuilding in fitness industry? So I just want to give a exact translation of that video. It's like before getting into that, taking a bodybuilding as a career, we need to understand how small this bodybuilding niche is. I'm searching in Google for percentage of people who do bodybuilding, but I'm not able to find some answers for that. So I will come to an approximate calculation for that. Considering if a world population is 700 crores, out of that we can say it's like 10% of population do exercise, that is 70 crores. Out of these 70 crores, everybody don't have the same purpose of bodybuilding or fitness. Somebody do it for sports, somebody do it for yoga, health, wellness, so many different goals they have to do exercise. Out of that, we consider again 1% of people who regularly do resistance training exercise or regular exercise. That will be around 70 lakhs. Again, the numbers were shrinking drastically. On that 70 lakhs, the 7 lakh people has a genetic potential to keep themselves fit, and they get the fit bodies, they look very good. So I'm not completely eliminating rest of the population. These people were, I can say, these were the social media influencers, or maybe when you see somebody, they look fit and they will become role models. Those 7 lakh people, all that 7 lakh people don't become a bodybuilders. Out of that, I can again, if you reduce, there will be a 70,000 people, 10% will be a bodybuilders. They were serious bodybuilders. They would like to take bodybuilding as a career, profession. They want to achieve more than on that. Now maybe again, if you shrink out of that 70,000 who are in a top level or world class title achievers, maybe 700 or 7,000, you can take the number based on your personal interest. I'm saying this is a very small niche. The first requirement to get into the bodybuilding is genetic potential. Most of the people should understand and realize this, because if you don't understand or realize this thing, people will end up with wrong drug usage. What I see normally, if you observe any Olympian or international bodybuilding competition, the ideal height, I can say, this is not from me, it's like this is the thought process of Dorian Yates. He says 5'11" will be the ideal height, with broad shoulder frame, long insertions, proper muscle belly, bone density, all these things. These are genetic potential. I can say it's like 1 in a million normally have this genetic potential. Out of that person need to do regular exercise. He need to take that as a career. Without understanding this genetic potential, you try to become like your role model. For example, I'm 6'1". It's like I'm almost the tall of Arnold Schwarzenegger. Arnold Schwarzenegger is my role model. Whatever I take, whatever the diet I take, I don't get the similar genetic advantage what Arnold possesses. It's like, so that's, I need to understand that. Now these days there are different bodybuilding categories available to make that suits your genetic ability. For example, you can become models or classic bodybuilding competition, natural bodybuilding competition, lots of that. When I say natural, it's a very, very limited scope of practice, because you can't get a huge muscle mass. Even I had seen beautiful genetic freaks in natural bodybuilders. We don't believe that he is a natural. So first major thing is genetics. You need to understand that. Other thing is drug usage. Steroid usage is a part of bodybuilding. We can't avoid it. We can completely eliminate that. So we need to make use of a right drug usage window with proper medical supervision. So you can't use your drug for years of time and lifelong, because that's the problem. Very recently finding lots of bodybuilders passing through because of serious drug usage for a quite long period of time. So once you think you take bodybuilding as a career, you need to get into the drug part very short duration, and you need to come out of it safely with proper medical supervision. Without knowing the real side effects of drugs, jumping into a lifelong anabolic support process is not going to help your health overall. Other thing, you need to understand there is no 6-week, 12-week or 3-month, 6-month transformation. You can't, how much ever money you have, you spend on that, you can't achieve your bodybuilding physique in a very short duration of time. It takes a long period. So to understand that, there are 3 stages in bodybuilding. One is skill stage, second is science stage, third is art stage. In the skill stage, you will be understanding and learning the exercise first, how to do it in a right form, on right combinations, all those things. This takes approximately 1.5 years time, sometimes 2 years to learn the complete skill of doing various exercise. In this period itself, you are able to find a growth, provided if you have a very good genetic potential. Sometimes you look massive on that particular time. The next stage is your science stage, where once you achieved your maximum genetic potential, how to break beyond it. That's where we need to understand the science behind training, science behind nutrition, science behind supplementation, all these things together, and how to apply that very effectively. Even we need to learn some amount of drug science to implement that will support and aids your competition careers. So that's the stage. And the final third stage is it has become art. Very soon, once you understand the science behind the bodybuilding, you need to shift yourself into that art stage. Art stage in the sense, doing bodybuilding itself brings you that happiness and bliss. It's like whether you want to achieve a big goals or something like that. On that particular stage, the education and experience what you gain through this many years is going to build a career path for you. Now you are able to teach and train people on that particular time. So that time is a golden period, and you can use that period, and bodybuilding will become an art and a part of your life. You can make that as a career forever. But without understanding these 3 stages, jumping into steroids on a very early stage, not understanding about your real genetic potential and more drug dosages, these will ruin your lifestyle and career. So be safe for that. It's like if you are a bodybuilder, if you keep educating yourself, if you increase your knowledge, if you are able to train, talk or communicate with people about this, and you start feeling the happiness of sharing your knowledge, yes, this is a beautiful career. So continue your education process. Don't restrict yourself with the skills alone. Become a qualified or certified trainer, or learn some kind of credibility in the society to train people. Once that is done, make your passion as profession. So this is what I want to tell. Bodybuilding has a good opportunity, but how intelligently you're going to apply your mind on that to make that as your profession. Thanks for watching once again.